Have you noticed that it feels like everybody is trying to be seen nowadays? Celebrities, brands, influencers, hell, even me. Everyone is trying to create a brand. Even jobs are asking their employees to create brands that will relate better to their audience and to their demographic. Somewhere along the way, it feels like we have forgotten about or not cared so much about just pure talent, and we're focused more on the brand, the personality. And I keep wondering to myself, what are we rewarding nowadays? Let's get right into this new episode of the Sophie Joe, the Sophie Joe, hey, the Sophie Joe Show. Hey guys, welcome back to the Sophie Joe Show. This is a new episode. Thanks so much for being here. Make sure y'all are subscribed to this channel. I am your host, editor, producer, MC, everything, Sophie Joe. Let's get right into the show. Starting off with our first segment, Strong. What's in the group chat? Guys, we know there's a couple different things going on in pop culture, and we're going to tap into them quickly before we dive a little bit deeper into what all this means. So, Kai Cenat, Streamer University has been going crazy, and I am loving every bit of it, okay? If you guys don't know, I am on the cusp of millennial and Gen Z, so there are some older millennials who are like, I don't know what the heck Streamer University is, I don't know who Kai Cenat is, I don't understand it, and I'm here to help fill that void for you because I am in between both generations. So streaming is simply, in my opinion, it's reality TV, but there's no editing, there's no producing. It's literally just people have a camera, follow them around IRL, which is in real life, real time. So right now going on, Kai Cenat, huge streamer, has orchestrated his second annual Streamer University, and I just think it's so cool because it's kind of like taking people to high school or college days all over again. They're literally living in dorms on campus together, and they're just creating content together. It's 1 million cameramen following everybody, getting content, catching conversations, seeing if something's gonna pop off. They have like a basketball tournament going on, karaoke, talent shows. It's literally like you're at college, and I just think it's so cool. And there's some people who's trying to hate on them and like, I don't understand this whole streaming thing, I don't get it. But if we look a little bit deeper into it, I think Kai Cenat, being as huge of a streamer and now influencer that he is, he's almost creating like an opportunity for other smaller creators to pick other people's brains. It's also, whether we want to realize it or not, this is putting money in people's pockets, and specifically in black people's pockets, because his core demographic and audience are black streamers. And some people had a little bit of, they felt a little ways that he was primarily, picking black streamers to be a part of his university, but oh well, like we need a space sometimes where it's just us. I'm tired of us always having to be inclusive when on the opposite side of it, we're always the last piece of, we're the last to be thought about. So the fact that a black man, is deciding to put black people at the forefront of his project or his creator-thon, I think it's great. Also, we see Future just dropped his new album, or it's about to come out, one of them, I don't know. But Future's new album is expected to reach #1 on the charts. I'm not surprised. I mean, Future, a lot of people there's been a conversation had like, oh, I'm actually surprised that Future still is reaching these hot numbers with, his career and his age and all that. I'm really not surprised because Future has been out for a while, and he really curated a core audience when he first came out. Like, I mean, Atlanta, Georgia, he really created a strong fan base. And I think because he's continued to release new music over the years and throughout the years, he even played a little bit in the fashion industry and all those things, I think it has helped his career's longevity. And him projected to be #1 on the charts with his new album, I'm not surprised. We need people to keep, I think sometimes when, not just rappers, but any industry, when they reach a certain age, the world expects for them to stop and retire and to go disappear on some island. That's cool too, because that could be a goal for somebody as well. But just because they are getting older doesn't mean they lost that talent or they lost that skill set. So I'm not surprised Future album is about to hit the charts at #1. I personally think Future, I would like to hear him change up his genres, not genre, but his subjects that he raps about. Like, I'm tired of hearing about the same stuff from him. But if that's what has made him all this money and has gained him all this popularity and fame, hell, I wouldn't switch it up either, probably. So, shout out to Future. Pluto! Lastly, in the group chat, guys, we have been seeing clips from the Bravo show Next Gen. Riley Burris has, I don't know what to say. I just feel like she needs some backup on that show. For real. The show on Bravo, Next Gen, basically like a show created for the offspring of some of our favorite reality shows and people in pop culture. Dame Dash daughter is on there, Candy Bird's daughter, Kim Zolciak's daughter, Meredith from Housewives of Salt Lake City, her son is on there. Teresa Giudice's daughter is on there. So I think it's a great concept, but I don't think it's very diverse. And I think that's the problem. And that's why social media, Black Twitter, has been so vocal about Riley needing somebody else on the show that's Black. Yes, Dame Dash's daughter is on there. For one, she's mixed. So, and then secondly, you know, Black people, we come in all kind of different shapes, colors, sizes, fonts, creeds, prints, and all that. So it's different types of Black people. And I just think Riley needs somebody else on there so she doesn't feel so alone. We've been seeing her kind of crash out a little bit, you know, her and her drinking on the show. Not saying it's not called for, but I just wish she had someone else on that show with her. So I thought I would give a few of my suggestions as to who needs to be backing Riley up on Next Gen. Karen Huger's daughter from Potomac Housewives, Raven, she lives in New York, I think, or she's there all the time. Raven could be on there. Sheree's daughter lives in New York. Callie. The group SWV, Coco, she has a son. I think he lives in New York. Jalen, he's up and coming in the music industry trying to create a brand and a name for himself. He would be a great addition to that show. Sharice's daughter from Housewives of Potomac, she could be an addition. And lastly, Cynthia Bailey's daughter, Noelle, even though I think she lives in LA, we know these people fly in to shoot a couple months of these shows and they fly out. They don't really be living in them cities. So she would be a great addition as well. We need more diversity on Next Gen. Bravo. If you hear me, holla, okay? Because I got a list of people who would be great contenders, I think. With all that being said, is this what I just got done sharing? Is this news? Or are we just addicted to watching people become the stories? So let's think about that. Virality versus talent. It makes me question, you know, are we nowadays rewarding popularity and virality over actual talent? And that brings me to my next point. Recently, we know the BET Awards 2026 came on, and there's a clip that went viral of like Drewski about to introduce the next act, but some kind of way Keke Palmer gets into it, and she's like, let me, you know, read this teleprompter correctly. And she's like, that's the problem. You are hosting this show, and this should have been my gig. And we all know it was fun, and it was a key, and it's all, you know, kicks and giggles. But honestly, I think what she was saying, even if it was scripted or not, I think what Keke was saying in that clip was, nowadays, virality, popularity is rewarded more than actual talent and people who really was in the thick of the mud. And I'm not saying Drewski specifically, because I love Drewski and I think his career is beautiful to watch unfold, and I think everything that he has coming his way is well deserved, because he's definitely putting in the work and has grown his fan base humongously. So that's not what I'm saying. It's not about Drewski, but that was just a perfect example of, instead of Keke Palmer, who has been in the entertainment game for a very long time, instead of her getting the gig to host the BET Awards, they chose to get Drewski. Drewski has been now entering the entertainment world, but he's primarily been on social media doing his skits and stuff for, I'm going to say, a couple of years. Definitely not as long as Keke. So instead of them picking a vet basically in the game, they chose someone who's more popular and social media based and well known in that way. And even though it was a cute skit and I know there was no harm behind it, I thought that was a perfect example of virality versus talent. But Drewski is talented, obviously. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So it's being good enough nowadays. You can't just be that boy good. You have to have something else, visibility that goes along with it. I'll give an example. My sister used to try to be a model or an aspiring model. And as time went on, she would go to these castings or whatever, auditions, whatever they're called. And even though she may have the look, they would lately ask, how many followers do you have on Instagram? How many followers do you have on TikTok and XYZ? Because it's not so much the talent nowadays. It's about what else can you bring to our brand, and are you a brand yourself? And I think that is a little discouraging for people, even just regular people like me. There are so many auditions and gigs that I have gone to or that I want to go to, but it's not just my talent is going to land me that gig. It's also about how many followers I have and all that stuff. So it is kind of frustrating and annoying. Can you be almost invisible and still win in today's time? I'm going to answer that and say no. It's just the world we live in. I'm not mad at it. Is it frustrating? Yes, but I just have to understand we're in a different time. So with that being said, make sure y'all follow me on all socials at the Sophie Joe and subscribe to this channel. When I was getting ready for today's show, I was thinking, what is the reason behind everyone wanting to be a brand, everyone wanting to be a personality, a celebrity, an influencer? I think what it is this generation and below have witnessed, with just being yourself, you are rewarded, which is a great thing. I don't want anyone to not be themselves. But I think because we grew up in an era of reality TV, watching the Kardashians, Housewives, Love and Hip Hops, Basketball Wives, regular family, John and Kate plus 8, people just being regular, doing them, living their everyday lives, they were being rewarded. So it made us think, oh, I'm about to build a fan base around just my personality alone. I don't have to have a talent. I probably can attract a fan base just being me. So it's made everyone say, you know what? I don't want to work too hard. I just want to be me and get paid for doing it. And that has come true for a lot of people, okay? And once again, I don't think anything is wrong with that, but I think it's frustrating that now it's almost overshadowing people who are really talented and really, get it out the mud in certain situations. All in all, if the algorithm disappeared tomorrow, who would still matter? Y'all make sure y'all comment and let me know. Let's get into our next segment. This is a new segment I'm excited to introduce. What and who I'm side-eyeing this week, huh? So this is a new segment, guys. This week I am side-eyeing people who have these weird parasocial relationships with the Love Island USA cast members post-Villa. Don't get me wrong. I love Love Island. I'm just like everybody else. I'm tuned in every day watching the new episodes. I love watching that show. Okay, one of my favorite shows. But the show is over now. I don't know these people in real life. These folks that left Fiji, they're back trying to get adjusted to their new everyday lives. And it's just weird people who have these parasocial relationships with these islanders. They really know them. Y'all checking for updates every second. Y'all are zooming in on pictures, trying to see who's with who tweeted this, who liked this tweet, who reposted this. It's getting weird. We don't know these folks in real life, okay? You don't know Carl, and you don't know Bryce. Now, I like a little bit of celebrity gossip and entertainment myself. Don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is, I'm not losing my mind trying to figure out. I'm all in the nitty gritty trying to figure out what's going on every second with these cast people. It's getting a little strange. I think some of y'all don't have enough to do in your personal everyday lives. You just got too much time on your hands. I don't know. So that's what I'm side-eyeing this week. Parasocial relationships with the Love Islanders. In conclusion, maybe the biggest flex of 2026 isn't going viral. Maybe it's creating something that's substantial and that's going to be here for a long time, longevity. So this is what I want you to do. Comment and let me know, who do you think is creating work that's going to matter 10 years from now and not just trend for 10 days, okay? Comment and let me know to be featured in a future episode of The Sophie Joe Show. Once again, I am your host, editor, producer, writer, set designer, Sophie Joe. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. And this is another episode of the Sophie Joe Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, 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 oh.